first I'm going to be applying the eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Eden on both of my eyes. And then I'm going to take the Just Browsing MLTD brush, which is just like a flat liner brush, and I'm just going to be carving out my eyebrows. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics brush, and this is the number 5. I'm just gonna be blending that out. This is the packaging for the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. It has him on the back. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I did get some clear brow soap, so I'm going to try to do some soap brows. I should have done that first, but let's see if I can still attempt to get something nice. It smells pretty strong. And it's supposed to be a clear soap, like that's what they instruct you to do whenever I watch the videos, to make sure it's a clear soap. Because this is a little bit how I saw the girl doing it that I watched on YouTube. She just kind of put the soap in like water. She used a spoolie, dipped it in water, and then put it on the soap. And the soap that I'm using is this one. It's the Pears one. The Pears one. And I got it from Amazon. How does that look? I feel like that looks pretty good. I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. And I am doing a giveaway, so you guys can check out the link in the description, and I'll send you to the video. I will also leave it linked up on the cards. So palette wise, I don't know what I want to try today. I'm just gonna go ahead and try this one out. This is a Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. It contains, yeah, I believe it's 30 eyeshadows, and this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like, and it does come with a mirror. So I've heard mixed reviews about this palette. Not sure if that's the case for everyone, not sure how good it's gonna be. I'm kind of nervous to see how it's gonna work out, but you know what, let me just do my other eyebrow really quickly, so that way I don't have like one eyebrow like this, because sometimes in my videos I always have one eyebrow kind of messed up. So this is the shade that I heard mixed reviews about, that it wasn't too intense as they would have liked it to have been, and I have a little bit of creasing, but I'm just gonna kind of pat that out with my finger, and then I'm just going to, with a brush, I'm just going to kind of not dampen it, but dab it on my eye. And what I heard was that they, because I read some reviews on Ulta, and they were kind of iffy. Like, some were great, and then some were not. So yeah, I feel like this brush is still wet, but we're already in, so we can't do anything about it. I want to hear what experiences you guys first did with makeup, because I was always into eyeshadow when I first started. That was like my main thing. I was always super intrigued by eyeshadow. And that's what I always went towards. Like, eyeshadow was what really got me into makeup. My first, I feel like, makeup product that I ever got my mom to buy me was this Profusion palette that was filled with all shimmers, which is crazy because at the time that was like my favorite palette ever. But now I would have hated it. And I think I decluttered it like slowly, I know a lot of people always think that like I don't declutter my shit, but I do. If not, I would still have that palette. And yeah, it was like an all shimmer palette, and I believe it was like $2.99 or $3.99, but it was like an old palette. Like, it wasn't old when I bought it, I'm pretty sure, but now thinking about it, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't even know what happened to that palette. I think I sent it off to my family members, but yeah, like, that's crazy to think of my first palette to like all the palettes that I have now. My first high-end palette was the Urban Decay Naked 2, and then second to that, I believe it was the Lorac Mega Pro. So I never started off with like the first one, which is kind of funny. I always started off with like random shit. Like, who gets the Naked 2 and doesn't get the Naked 1 first? And like, who gets the Lorac Mega Pro and doesn't get the Lorac Pro 1? But I remember when the Lorac Pro 1 was super hard to find in stores. One time my dad woke me up because he had stayed home, and I forgot if my mom was at work. I forgot what happened that day, if it was like during the summer. But no, I feel like it was during the holidays. But he took me to this Target, and it's kind of far from where I live. But he's like, do you want to go to Target? And so we ended up going to like a Target that's like, I want to say like 30 minutes or 45 minutes away from me. Maybe like 20 or 25 minutes. But he ended up taking me, and I'm using the shade Self Made now. He ended up taking me, oh, that was really pigmented. So he ended up taking me to that Target, and next to that Target there was an Ulta, and that was like the first time I've ever seen an Ulta. So I walked in there, and what did I get? I think I got like a Real Technique sponge and like the Anastasia brow pomade. Mind you, like, I was probably like 16, maybe 15 or 16 at that time. So that was like the greatest moment of my life, like going to Ulta. And now I go to Ulta, like when I go to an Ulta I still get excited, but I still get excited going to stores, but it's different because now I'm like able to make my own purchases and stuff. And like, I don't know, like teenage-year-old me is like super living for it. Like, if I could see all the shit I would own in the future, all the makeup and stuff, that'd be pretty crazy. I feel like I have my dream collection. So, because I'm really into eyeshadows, that's mainly all that I purchase. But I like face products, but most of the time I buy eyeshadow palettes just because I feel like that's the thing you can change up the most. But I don't know, it's nice to have what I have. And if you haven't seen my last video, I filmed an eyeshadow declutter video. So if you guys want to see the palettes I got rid of, make sure to check that video out. Now I have super dry skin, so yeah, I always put on lotion, and then that's why the fallout tends to stick out a little bit. Tends to stick on more to my actual eyes. I mean like my cheek area, not my eyes. Okay, so far so good. I feel like the burgundy was really nice, and the pink is super pretty, so I'm super pleased with how the look is turning out. So far I'm not disappointed. I'm not noticing any patchiness or any unevenness or any trouble packing on the shadow. Mind you, I don't set my shadow ever. I haven't set it in like over a year now, maybe even longer. Like, I don't set my eyeshadow. It's just something I don't do no longer. It no longer exists in my world. Even when I'm doing like a simple makeup look, I never set my lids. Alright, so next I'm gonna do, I don't feel like doing cut crease, but that's like literally the only thing that comes to my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more of Calabasas and just kind of make sure I have that kind of super opaque in the crease, and then add a little bit more of Self Made. And I need to wash this brush as soon as I'm done with this makeup look because it's still fucking wet. And I don't think it's an issue, like I don't think it's a brush being like a little bit damp that's making Calabasas like more opaque because it's like barely damp. So I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly do my brows because I feel like this looks a little bit crazy. So I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean out my fallout. And you know what, I don't want to do a fucking cut crease just because I feel like that's the shit I always fucking do. So I'm gonna see if I can come up with something else. But for the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my fallout. For that, I'm gonna be using a wipe from Miss A. Shop Miss A is where it's at. I freaking love Shop Miss A. Every single time I go to the mall, because there's a store there. Well, depending on the mall I go to, but my favorite mall has a Shop Miss A, and I love going to that store. It's always like super fun for me. I actually didn't realize that the styles that they just released, like their new lashes, they released Jessica and Tracy. And I bought both of those styles last week. So I might try a new style, I don't know. Because I feel like I've just been putting it in your faces to try Gaia, but they're some of my favorite eyelashes, so that's why. Okay, so I try to wipe as much product off as I can, and I'm gonna do a freaking cut crease. But I'm going to do it round, so that makes anything better. I'm going to round it out. For that, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Eye Primer just because the Eden Primer doesn't do the same thing that the Anastasia one does, you know? So, yeah, that's why we're going to use this. I'm going to be using this Anastasia little, like, palette. So that way I don't make a mess because I literally just cleaned, like, my whole vanity, like, my whole, like, area. So I don't want to go ahead and like ruin it really that quickly. So wow. Go kind of along the edge. Does that even look like a cut crease? I don't know. I feel like it does not. Alright, so I'm gonna be applying a little bit more of Calabasas, just like and then I'm going to be using this like small little flat brush and applying the shade Lynn all over my eyelid, which is just like a beige shade. It's just to set that base. I'm just gonna take Calabasas once again and then just kind of deepening her up. Now I gotta make sure I gotta make this eye look like it, but that's pretty much what she's looking like, kind of like a cut crease moment. Now we can finally move on to the face since I'm not gonna get any fallout anywhere. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use my little kitty ears to make sure no little hairs are getting in my way. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the, where is it? The Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And this is a great primer, but I wanted to try it out first, so that's why I went to Sephora and I got the 100-point perk, I think that's what you call it, and I got this little primer. So far so good. You have to let it set for like a minute or two, but I think it's a minute. I think in the little pamphlet it came with, it said a minute. And it feels super nice on the skin. I might pick up either the travel size or the full size. I'm not sure yet, because I have primers I need to go ahead and use up, but I really like this one. It's this one right here. So I feel like 220 will do me good, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. And I don't know what's best, if a sponge or a brush, but I just want to try it out. Yeah, I feel like this one's a pretty good match. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender. Just gonna damp it all over my face. I've heard that this is like a really good foundation, so who knows? I feel like it's super glowy just looking at it from up close. I think that's pretty much everything that's left. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I don't feel like it looks too dry on my skin. I feel like it looks pretty good. But like, does it wow me? I guess a little bit. The coverage is nice. And it feels nice on the skin too. I'm just gonna grab a concealer brush, making sure it's synthetic, not natural hair. And I'm just gonna apply some underneath of my eyes. Making sure it's an angle. Alright, so I'm also going on the sides of my nose, just a little bit. They didn't include too much of a deep shade for me to contour with, so I'm just going to use the Anastasia contour stick that I've been using. And I'm just going to go on the sides of my nose. Let me zoom you guys in for this, because I'm going to keep putting the mirror in front of my face. And then I'm just going to apply some right here along the jawline, underneath of my lip, and then a little bit on my forehead. For my nose, I'm going to use a small like blending brush. I guess I'll just use this one. This one is the Morphe E28. And I tend to do my nose first just because it's kind of the easiest for me to diffuse. just need a little bit of definition there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do the jawline. I'm gonna do translucent powder, and I think I've been using the banana, no, not the banana shade, the Beauty Bakery translucent one, but I'm just gonna go ahead and switch it up and use the ColourPop, the no filter setting powder, because I'm kind of almost done with that one, but I keep like avoiding using it. I think just because it isn't, I wish they would always put like that little cover on top so that way like powder doesn't get everywhere. But I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I don't have any creases, because you don't want to set that. And then with my beauty blender, I'm just gonna take some translucent powder and put that underneath my eyes. Slightly going around my piercing. Like when I add pressure to it, it just feels like weird because I feel a ring. It's not really that I feel like pain, it's just like weird to like touch it because I'm still not used to it being like in my face. And I kind of don't like where it's at. I feel like it looks kind of stupid where I got it pierced, so I'm gonna go get it re-pierced in 3 weeks. And I might get my other side pierced, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how this one keeps healing, and if I feel like I can handle it, I'll do the other side. But yeah, those are the plans. The soap brows were a fucking mess, let's just be honest. But I'm gonna keep practicing because I like the method, so I want to be good at it. I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics little tiny like traveling brush, and I'm just going to kind of dust off the powder but also keep setting the rest of my face. So sometimes I don't even need to add bronzer because I already have like a little bit of that contour already, but I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit. So for that, I'm gonna be using the Sephora Pro Mini. This is the 55.5, and this is just like a little gift that you got as a rouge, because I spend way too much money on makeup and I'm a fucking rouge now. So this is a Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm just gonna take some of that, just apply it to my face. And then I'm just gonna add some to my jawline and some on the temples. I love how you get a taste of chocolate every single time that you apply this bronzer, because it literally is made out of cocoa powder. Remember when people used to make those challenges where like they would like do their whole face of makeup with food? That was fucking weird. Alright, so for my blush, I'm going to take the same brush. Actually, let me not be lazy and use an actual like blush brush. And I'm just going to take my same good old Anastasia Blush Trio and Pool Party. And I'm going to be using the shade Cash. Just going to be applying that to my cheeks. I used to never wear blush. Like, I was never a blush person, but then I just saw a lot of people that kept saying like I was never a blush person apply blush, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, like I'll apply blush. And now I can't not apply blush. You should try it sometime. Blush is that girl. So we're almost done. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my lower lash line now that we're here, now that we're almost done with our makeup. I'm gonna take this, I don't even know what brush to take. I have so many freaking brushes and I never know. I always feel like I'm missing a brush. So yeah, let's just take this one. Hopefully it's dry. This is the dough color. I believe that's how you say it. The dough color or dew color. I don't know how you say it. But I'm going to be taking the shade Calabasas and running that all over my lower lash line. And then just taking slightly, I might not even apply that pink shade because I really like how Calabasas looks smoked out. So I'm just going to smoke it out with that brush that I used for the crease. Okay, so now we can do our inner corner. He does have a highlight there, so I'm just going to use that one so that way I can use like various shades from the palette. So yeah, I'm going to take this Beach Cosmetics brush. This is the number 9 brush, and it's one of their like rainbow brushes that came out with like their Take Me to Brazil palette. Oh, it's not focusing, but I'm going to just take the shade called Welcome and applying that to my inner corner. It's pretty nice. I like it. I feel like my brows look like such a hot mess. Okay, for highlight though, I'm not going to be using that because that's just like too stark for my liking. I'm going to be using the I Love Sarai blush, no, highlighter in the shade called Soulmate. And I'm just going to take this like small little beach brush, applying her to my lip, well, to my upper, my Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the nose. And then on my cheeks. I'm just going to be using this Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH09 brush. They're just like really wispy and really pretty. But I know they're not going to fit in my eye, so I'm going to have to measure how much I just have to get rid of. Alright, so I like how they look. They're really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other lash. That's going to take too long, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're pretty much done with makeup. I'm just going to go ahead and do my lips. And I'm going to do the Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Liner, but I'm going to go ahead and sharpen it first because it's pretty dull and you just don't get a precise lip line when your pencil is dull as fuck. So I'm just going to go ahead and overline my lips like I always do. Over top, I'm just going to use the Creme Brulee gloss from NYX Cosmetics. Okay, this is like screwed on. And last but not least, I'm going to do my lower lashes. So my final thoughts, since I've pretty much made this video solely to focus on the palette, I like it. I like the shades that I use. I wanted to really try it because I wanted to try the shade called Calabasas, and I feel like I'm pretty content. The shadows were pretty pigmented, so I like that. They blended pretty well, and yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm happy with the look that I created. Hope that makes sense. But I definitely need to try out more shades and more color combinations, like the greens, but the pink shades were the ones that I was intrigued by, and also the green, so that's why I decided to try the pink shades. But I know that it was only, what, like 4 shades that I use on my eye. Welcome, Self-Made, Calabasas, and then Lynn on my lid. So only 4 shades. So yeah, I didn't review the whole palette. There was still a total of 26 shades left to use. So if you guys want to see more looks with this palette, definitely let me know. But overall, this is the final look. Ignore my wonky ass brows, but I wanted to do soap brows, so yeah. I feel like it looks pretty good, especially with the lashes. Like I said, they are the what are they called? Glam Lash from Glamlight Cosmetics, and they are in the style Exotica. So yeah, but that's pretty much it, all that I have for this video. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and just turn on your post notifications so you guys are always up to date on when I upload. I upload every single Wednesday and Saturday, at least I try to, so just keep an eye out on those particular days, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.